Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we just declared war on Siamakid over here. I imagine I'm butchering that pronunciation, but we are raising up our forces here. We're just going to head on in here. I'm just wondering right now, what was the plan? We were going to like siege here, but then there's this awkwardness, and then there's this awkwardness, and then that leads down this way, I guess? Awkward plan, for sure. But it'll work, I suppose. And also our rival died. Excellent. We have a dangerous faction, and what faction is this? The faction to install King Conrad of Lithuania on the Baltic throne. Have these actually reset at this point? Are these real? Okay. Only one has reset. Or rather, this independence faction is what is actually real. The other factions are not. So, who do we have in here? The King of France. Well, he's going to be a big part of this, of course. He's one of our most powerful vassals. I do think that we should do something about this guy. But there's not a lot that we can do there. Okay, so let's look at Aquitaine. Any options here? Not so much. Can we negotiate with any of these as is? The answer appears to be no. Okay, no shockers there. The King of Italy, we just put him on the throne. And he's not very happy. Mostly those offensive war malices. Fair enough. What do we have here? Actually, his daughter is unmarried. He would actually accept this. Cool, so that would get him out of there. That would be 10.9%. The threshold is 55%, so that should deal with that problem. Beautiful. No issues whatsoever there. We're going to start moving these guys on over. Alliance formed with the King of Italy. And yes, our player heir has no spouse. I was looking through this and noticed this spouse here, a vassal in the Despotate of Mongolia, which is interesting, to be sure. She's approximately the right age. She has good stewardship, but she wouldn't actually contribute that stewardship to us because she's landed. It's an interesting option. This close to the end of the game, I don't think we're going to go for it. We're going to go for Charlotte here. So that'll be fine. Yeah, this faction goes away. That was fully expected. Excellent. So we're heading on in over here. We'll group these together. Where is their military at, I wonder? Down here? Okay. That's a ways away, but that does mean we should probably try to head this direction instead of going around this way. If they're coming up here. We probably should have raised, like, here or here. That would have made potentially more sense. What is this? Independence faction again. Okay. So I'd really like to do something about France. What is he upset about? Mostly the fact that we're ugly, to be honest. Well, there's the offensive wars. Fair enough on the offensive wars. We've done a lot of those. No doubt about that. They brought in a holy order. We're at 8% war score right now. And no, don't go there. Just stay here and siege. They're sieging down here. We should probably consider splitting off our forces. And so we shall. Bombards and levy troops. Something around here should be reasonably fine. And we make our way down. We would take 2,100 casualties from attrition with this path. I feel like we can just do this, though. It might take slightly longer. But that would not take attrition. So let's go ahead and do that. Cool. This siege up here has ended, and we do, of course, need a siege commander if we have one. Remarkably, it looks like we don't have one. Okay, we'll just put this guy in charge, but he's no siege commander. Well, we'll just have to rely on our bombards, and that's fine. So we're making our way down here, and we're going to look to intercept some of their forces as soon as we can. Our sieges are, of course, going very quickly. We failed to convince the merchant there. That's sad. That did cost us prestige, which I would very much prefer not to be costed. But we do have some titles that we can create. No major issues there. Okay. Awkward pathing here. Let's position here instead. And we're not done with that siege just yet. Cool. Okay, we're going to head down over here. I would very much like to cut these guys off. They are embarking, and we're not going to catch them. So with them cut off, we can then head over this direction. They're going to be over here for a while. They could potentially come after our siege force. We'll have to keep that in mind. And we're going to make our way up this direction. And hope that we can stop these guys a bit. Yeah, we're going to have to come up this way. They're moving around in some very awkward ways for us. We're going to move over this direction for the moment. We can catch these guys potentially down here. Nope, we don't catch them. Wow, okay. We are really struggling to catch anybody. Sure. Actually, they're moving into us here. Okay, now that we're not trying to catch them, we actually don't. They're going to get out of there. They're moving very fast. We do get our unpressed claim there. And we are, of course, going to grab ourselves another one. Cool. Yeah, we're just really, really struggling to catch any of their forces here. They're going to walk into our siege force, and we're directly behind them. We should be able to get there in time, I think. Okay, our siege force is retreating, but only to here, and we then catch them. Beautiful. So this force is eliminated. In fact, it stack wipes. We're going to make our way up this direction, and now hopefully we can actually catch some of their forces. And we'll start up some sieges down over this direction. Cool. We can get an intrigue perk, and we'll take subtle desire. Cool. And we do have a dangerous faction again here. This independence faction is full of very angry people. The King of France is the one that we really need to get on our side. Unfortunately, he just has, like, nobody we can work with. I'm going to bribe him and start swaying him. They're 28 months out right now, so that's going to be a while. We're going to wrap up this war for sure. And we're going to fight these guys here. They're going to pile in. Do they have enough? Actually, the answer is yes. Okay, this courtier, we're going to isolate her, and we are going to dismiss her. Get out of here. Cool. So they actually have enough here to be able to turn this around on us, potentially. We're going to raise additional forces. We can always scale our army up further. But, yeah, they've definitely caused us some issues. No doubt about that. We're going to bleed them as much as we can, and then we're going to retreat directly up to here. So, the real question now is, what can we do with our siege force? They're almost certainly going to come directly after our siege force, right? Actually, they're heading up this direction for some reason. I don't know why they do that. They should not head this way. They should immediately go after our siege force. Okay, we have an additional roughly 40,000 troops here. That's more than sufficient. And we're going to head out over this direction. They've outmaneuvered us pretty heavily here, but we should be able to handle this. As soon as our forces retreat... Oh, they're retreating here instead of here? That's slightly awkward. Also, these guys are continuing to be a problem. So we've got this Duchess of Leinster here. Can we do anything about her? Probably is the answer. Okay, so that'll remove not enough from this faction. And then there's the Queen of Aquitaine. Unfortunately, there's just nothing we can do with her either. She's very upset. Fair enough. So, what about the Queen of Italy? Aha! We should just release her. Then we can arrange a marriage here. But with whom? Our nephew isn't close enough. Apparently they are related. What else can we do here? Mostly they're angry about our offensive wars, right? And that's fair enough. Yeah, we just don't have anyone for that. We have a daughter, a couple of daughters who are unmarried. So that's what we need to find, is unmarried male children. Now, she's currently pregnant. So we can keep an eye on that. That's a potential option. What else do we have here? I mean, we're starting to get into the slim pickings down here. It's not looking great. But we're going to head down over this way and work on getting ourselves some war score. They are capping back a lot of territory over here. This is unsurprising. Yes, we will go ahead and sway this guy. Fantastic. And he's currently at plus 20 opinion. If we can get him out of the faction, then that would be very, very useful. Honestly, an alliance here would be ideal. We just don't have any options for it. So we're going to head up over this direction. And we're bringing our forces on in here, our newly expanded forces. And we're going to take these guys out without any major problem. We were just being a little bit greedy, and they managed to evade us in this area quite well. We fought them not split up. I was hoping to fight them split up, but unfortunately, that didn't happen. Sure, show in the Queen of Denmark. Cool. We're going to head up over here, and we're going to look to fight these guys. We're going to catch them up over this way, take this gold, and make sure you're heard. Okay, so he's now at 42 opinion of us. These guys can send their ultimatum in 6 months. What else can we do here? Well, we need to end this war. That is step 1. How are we doing in our battles? Okay, we can definitely get a lot more battle war score. No shockers there. We're going to win this battle fairly easily, as expected. We're 81% war score now. With the end of that battle, we're at 92. This siege may end the war. This independence faction is, I think, going to happen. There's not really all that much we can do about it. But the war is over, and so we're going to enforce those demands and disband our troops. Cool. With our troops disbanded, that will change some things around in terms of this calculation. Okay. Yes, see this done. I think that we're going to have to deal with this rebellion next, is my guess. We have a claim up here, right? On both of these, I believe. So that'll be fine. We're going to come down over this way. The real question now is, can we prevent this independence faction? And if not, can we be prepared for it? Okay, the Kingdom of Burgundy is not in this. So this seems reasonably doable. Reasonably. This Liberty faction is also a problem. The King of England is in here. Can we just negotiate with him? It seems like we could. We can arrange a marriage here. That would be fine. So marrying her to Prince John of England should be completely okay. That'll get rid of the Liberty faction. No issues there. Next up is going to be, of course, this independence faction, which is the bigger threat. The threshold is currently 65%. We would need to drop their strength by 10%. The King of France is at 40 opinion of us. Indeed. They can send their ultimatum in 2 months. This guy we have a hook on. Okay. I'm going to go through these one more time here. We could demand conversion of this guy. Refusing conversion is a crime. So that is something that we should probably do. We can demand conversion of this guy as well. They might accept, and if they don't, they're not going to lose any more opinion. They're already at the minimum of opinion. So no shockers there. As far as the King of France goes, he's just... all of these powerful vassals are lacking unmarried children right now, which is sad. Very sad indeed. What if... I don't think we could do something like this, right? Yeah, that wouldn't do the trick. So that's no option there. We'll see if we get any of those conversions. This guy will do it for a hook. Okay, sure. And also for a hook. That's fine. We will give them hooks for right now. Okay. So what else can we do here? We need to remove only 2% power. So from this guy on up, any of these would work. Ideally, we'd be looking for the most powerful person with an unmarried male child, right? That would be what we'd be looking for. So this daughter doesn't work for us. Nothing going on here in Denmark. Just a daughter here. Yeah, there's not a lot going on here. But there is this guy. Okay. Well, we can pull him out of the faction anyway. And that will drop them down below their threshold. Barely. They will likely be back, especially if we declare on the HRE right now. I feel like we're not stable enough to press our claims here, although I'd love to do it. We do need to press these claims at a relatively soon time, because we're starting to get up there in years, and we're in poor health, actually, too, and we don't want to risk losing all of those claims that we've put a fair amount of effort into. That said, we are going to continue to have that offensive war malice. Let's see, where exactly are we getting that from? Is that from our culture? Or is that from our religion? I can't remember which of those that comes from. Let's see, righteous. Yes, theocratic. Crime doctrines here. But I don't think they get upset when we declare offensive wars on non-religious territories, right? But it might be in our culture, in which case it would. Interesting. We could definitely reform our culture, but I'm not that interested in doing that at this moment. Maybe we should chill for a little bit here. We have been going extremely ham on expansion. And this may not be the worst idea here to slow down for a year or so. We could definitely think about that. If we look at the King of France here, 76 offensive war. What is this going down at the rate of? I'm not sure. We'll find out. 75. So 1 per month? Okay. That's definitely noted. Most of these are completely acceptable. We have definitely done a lot of offensive warring. No doubt about that. I want to check in the HRE here. I mean, we need to press our claims on the HRE. So maybe on Carpathia. We could check in over on Carpathia and see if, like, there's a claimant in Zaporizhia yet. I'd be a little surprised. This guy's 16 and would not come to court. Yeah, he's his liege's child. So that's no shocker there. Okay. Purchase truce. Who are you? No, we decline. That is not going to be a thing. Can we diplo-vassalize any of these guys? 110 reasons, 95 reasons. Most of these are going to be religion-related. Fair enough. 120 reasons, 95 reasons, 110, 152. Yeah, that's going to be a problem. No doubt about that. There are some additional territories over here that we would love to take over. But to a certain degree, this is just snowballing over here, right? There's not anything anybody can do about it. I do think that we should attack the HRE. I want to take a quick look at our factions here. Yeah, look at how borderline this independence faction is. Oh, this guy got fired from the council by that hook. Okay. Can we replace this guy here? We could, and he would be an upgrade over King Enric, for sure. Okay, so we'll put him back on there. Cool. And the question is, will he leave the faction? If the King of France leaves this faction is irrelevant. So that'll be fine. We got a battle axe. Someone did leave the faction there. And we successfully swayed the King of France. The composition of the faction is changing. Get out of here. Cool. So this guy's at 66, offensive war minus 73. Yeah, noted. So I think we're just going to chill here for a little bit, but I do want the HRE to be our next movement. We definitely should attack HRE. But with this Independence faction this powerful, and the Liberty faction this powerful, I feel like that's not a good idea. The King of England is, I think, our most powerful vassal, bar none. What is he upset about? Mostly he wants a seat on the council, and, you know, there's the offensive war penalty. Sure. What is he actually good at? Hang on. 15 stewardship. This is the royal court. I wanted the council. So 15 stewardship. Yeah, we could definitely put the King of England on the council here. That'll improve his opinion of us dramatically. Up to minus 39. And this is that Independence faction. Okay. The Queen of Aquitaine has changed. Excellent. She has a daughter. Or rather, she has a son that we can wed to our daughter and get us an alliance there. Cool. So that helps matters. It does not fix them. The Liberty faction is still a problem. We just don't have enough children to do all of this. So we could start breaking betrothals. Who are you betrothed to? Daughter of Duke Vojnomir. I don't think we really care about the Duke of Lombardy. Yeah, I really don't think that we care about the Duke of Lombardy. We break this betrothal. The King of England is absolutely someone we want an alliance with. Consider it done. Cool. So no problem there. And we'll grab Mortal Adoration. So now our only problem is going to be the Independence faction. The Liberty faction is kind of irrelevant. And the only major issue in the Independence faction is the King of France. There's nothing we can do about this guy other than continue to try to sway him. Have we sent him a gift? We did. Okay. Yes, go ahead and make that claim. And we'll continue to make claims down the border here. For the moment, we're not in a position to attack the HRE. Not with this Independence faction brewing up. And there's also peasant rabble brewing up. Noted. So the King of France. Potential options here. We could just fight the Independence faction. At this point, that honestly seems like that might be the easiest way to do this. Fight the Independence faction, quickly eliminate them by taking out France. And then all of these guys would be imprisoned, and we wouldn't have to worry about them. With all of them imprisoned, every other faction is irrelevant. Yes, this peasant rabble exists. No, I don't care. So I think we have to let these guys fire. Which means that we would raise up our forces here. When? Not quite now. We would give it, like, 2 more months. This ransom is acceptable. And yeah, I think we absolutely let this fire. They're going to be very spread out. And it's okay. And now they're too weak to... Oh! The King of France just left this faction. Okay. That doesn't necessarily mean that the faction is gone. We have granddaughters? That's not enough to get an actual alliance. Okay. But the King of France leaving the faction is a big deal. He has 90 opinion of us now. So the next most powerful guy in this faction is the King of Sweden. Is there anyone else that we care about? Norway is 22,000. Sweden is 26,000. So Sweden is a little bit more powerful. Okay, we can start working on swaying this guy as well. We can sway multiple targets, so that should be reasonably fine. It is at this point about time to put a cut in here, and so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Next episode, if we're stable enough, we're going to declare on the HRE. Hopefully we will be, but we do have that big malice, so fingers crossed on that one. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadowwolf, Mlohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kintogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Anna the Elephant, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.